Hello, this is the second video for Hybrid Mix Lab and Trigger, how to use the Trigger Steven Slate plugin to get some awesome samples. And we've already on the previous video kind of gotten it working. And now I want to show you how to make your own sample. So we were listening to a mix here of the top mic and the trigger, and let's replace these samples here with something that I create myself. So what I've done is I've just kind of gone into my hard drive and found a recording that had a cool snare drum sound. I just imported the whole live track in. This snare 560A is a fully processed snare sound, and it is not fully processed. It's got compression on it, and it's from a different song. So this is a completely wild drum track that I just imported in. And what I'm going to do here is just find a snare hit I like. So I like that one. It's cool. And you can see that this is already, it sounds like it's gated, perhaps has a little EQ on it. And I'm going to make a sample out of this. So Command here makes a region, and let's trim this region to start right with the transient. So I'm going to go to my trim tool here and get it to go right there. A little bit of a tiny crossfade there. I'll make sure I don't have any kind of click or pop. And on the back side, of course, I want to do a similar thing and put a crossfade. And let's listen to it. And I wonder if I kind of lengthen that fade out a little. It sound a little more alive. So there you go. That will work for my sample. I'm going to duplicate that. You can find that under here, under Edit, Duplicate. I often use Consolidate Clip, Option-Shift-D. And that will make a whole new file here. And I'm going to name this Snare Sample. Snare Samp Demo. Snare Sample. And I know what song it's from. It's from Nippon. But let's just call it Snare Samp Demo. So we got our snare sample. Now, I need to get that file out of Pro Tools. So you can select the file. It already is selected. And you can export it somewhere. You could find it in your audio files folder, but you could also just export it. Export clips as files. And sure, 24-bit 48K will work fine. I'll put it on the desktop for the moment. And I've just, and I want to make sure I'm exporting it as stereo. So making it as a stereo interleaved 24-bit 48K file. So I've exported that little guy. Now, there's another program you have to open up. Slate provides this other program. You got to get it from Slate and download it. I can't even remember the name of it, but we'll find it under Applications on the computer. Same thing at school, not just on my computer. And you go find it. It's near the Steven Slate. Is it under Slate Digital? No, that's not what it is. I'm sorry. There it is. Trigger Instrument Editor. So I'm going to open that up. And what this is, it looks a little confusing at first, but these are different layers. You can have many different snare samples playing in these Slate trigger samples, where at different velocities, different snares play, and you can also round robin them so that it will work through multiple samples and won't repeat samples and sound more realistic. I'm going to do what's called a one-shot sample. I'm going to make it play the same sample all the time. And so there will not be any velocity layers, and there will not be any round robins, and it will only play one sample all the time. That's a little boring and all that, but that's all I just want to show you. And I want to load into this. I think I can just drag and drop from the desktop. There's probably a way to load. I don't even know how to use this program. Let's just try drag and drop it from the desktop, huh? I apologize for making a video when I don't actually know how to use it. But sometimes that's just a quick way to make a demo. So there it is. I can see it there, the snare sample demo. I'm going to come and drop that right on there. And I believe there is a way to audition this. Nope. No, do not do that. I'm not hearing it because it's going to be coming out of other outputs, and you're not going to hear it on this video. But trust me, it is there. I can, here if I turn on the speakers, you can hear it. Right? So I've loaded it that quickly. So I'm going to turn the speakers back off, and I'm going to save this as a TCI. TCI is the trigger file format. So we will save this, and it's already saving in the correct location for me. Now, at the school computer, you will find on the Studio C external hard drive, you will find a trigger folder. You can put it in there, or you can put it in your own folder. Let's just save it to the desktop, so we'll keep it away from everybody else's stuff. And we will call this demo snare for now, and we'll save it on the desktop. Now, I've made a sample. If I go back to Pro Tools, I need to load that into here. Now I've got a whole bunch of junk in here right now, so I'm going to delete what well, actually I won't delete what I have. I'll just load it into this empty slot right here. So we'll go to Browser, and I should be able to go off to the desktop. Can I not go off to the desktop? If not, I need to now go, I got to put it in the Slate folder. Oh, that stinks. So I got to find my Slate folder, and as I was mentioning a moment ago, that Slate folder at school is on the root file of the root location, the root level of the external hard drive. For me, it's in a different location, and so you're going to now watch me find that on my computer, but I have a pretty good idea where it's at. It's in my support files folder. It's in my sample library, Slate trigger. That's where I put it. And I'm just going to drop it right into this main folder here. I got to go find the desktop. Find the file I just created, demo snare, TCI. I'm going to drop it right in there. And now, and you're going to do a similar thing, but you're going to have to put it in, you're going to have to put it in a different location. So, is it here? Is it there? Is it not there? Let's go refresh. Oh, I just had to hit the refresh button. That's pretty cool. So now I'm just going to drag that bugger, put it right there. Now you get the sample that I just created, which is pretty cool. So now let's mute everything but that sample. And there it is. And of course, let's play it along. To turn off, we're all done with that track. And let's go find the part in the song where the snare is playing, and now you can hear it. And there's the sample. Of course, if you want to layer it with what you were doing, what I did earlier, and maybe some stereo room with it, it starts sounding pretty awesome. So, unrehearsed video, yeah, a little bit of problems, a little bit of lag time there and me getting it together, but at least you get the idea. You can quickly import a known drum file you like into Pro Tools, edit it, duplicate it, export it, load up this awesome trigger instrument editor, drop the sample in there once you make your velocity layers and round robins down to 1, save it as a TCI, drop that file in the correct location on the hard drive, go find the trigger library, Slate trigger library, which in your case is on the external hard drive, and then refresh in the trigger window. That was the embarrassing moment in this video. And you're ready to go. You could load it up and layer it with everything else. I hope this helps. It's pretty cool. I like drum samples. Have a great day. Goodbye.